Midway through the season, the playoff races are warming considerably. Two teams do a good imitation of an earlier era, and a former ECHL goalie sets an NHL team record. It's a new year, and to go with it, a new episode of ECHL Week. Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This time we come to you from the cool and Ensuring Arena in Glens Falls, New York, home of the Adirondack Thunder. We're almost to the midpoint of the ECHL season. It features a lot of close division races. As a matter of fact, all of them. Let's take a look. As 2019 begins, a couple of teams have already reached the halfway mark of their regular season schedule, and by the end of next week, just about every team will be there. And of the 27 ECHL teams, 25 of them are solidly in the hunt for a spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs. Here are the numbers. In the Western Conference, only 8 points separate the top 6 teams in the Mountain Division. And although Idaho, Utah, and Kansas City have games in hand on the other 3 competitors for playoff spots, Tulsa, Wichita, and Rapid City, the positions have been changing almost on a nightly basis. Since the schedule for these teams is weighted heavily toward intra-divisional play, all these teams have the ability to control their own postseason destinies. The other Western Division, the Central, features 2 distinct races at this point. The first is for the top spot, where Cincinnati and Toledo have put some space ahead of the rest of the pack. The league-leading Cyclones have a 2-0-1 record against the Walleye and amazingly have yet to lose a home game in regulation time. Still, Toledo trails the Clones by just 3 points. And that same margin, 3 points, separates Indy, Wheeling, Fort Wayne, and Kalamazoo for places 3 through 6 in the Central. The strength of this division from top to bottom is evident. Every team had a .500 or better record in its last 10 games of 2018. It's the only division which can make that claim. Shifting to the Eastern Conference, the North Division has a lot in common with the Central. Every team is in the playoff hunt. The top 4, Newfoundland, Adirondack, Maine, and Reading, are within 4 points of one another. And the other 3 teams, Worcester, Brampton, and Manchester, are all within 7 points of a postseason berth as 2019 begins. Last season's Eastern Conference playoff champion, Florida, is challenging Cincinnati for the best record in the league while holding a comfortable lead over the rest of its South Division opponents. But there's just an 8-point margin between number 2 Jacksonville and number 6 Greenville. In between, South Carolina, Orlando, and Norfolk are taking turns trying to beat one another during their many divisional encounters. It looks all but certain that the races for playoff spots, the top 4 in each division qualify, will continue right up until the end of the regular season on Sunday, April 7th. It should make for some great hockey.
Hi, I'm Charles Williams of the Manchester Monarchs, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Our look at this season's new coaches this time turns toward the Wheeling Nailers and their rookie bench boss, Mike Davis, who is actually the second coach the Nailers have had since the end of last season. Mark Dennehy took the job, but left for Binghamton in the American League, ensuring that Davis, once he was hired, had very little time to build a team.
I would say that just in the short time being in the league, I think we've seen teams that had some connectedness from last year, a core number of players. I think that is something that we would benefit from. Obviously, that's not the case this year. We do benefit from a strong affiliation with the Penguins and Wilkes-Barre and have good players that are assigned here. But in terms of, there's a lot of new faces, and we're still trying to get that connectedness into our game.
Davis was an NHL draft choice out of college and played 1 season in the ECHL during the mid-90s, so he knows about the league, but it's changed since his playing days.
My first taste of the league, this is a pretty skilled league, and you've got to be able to impact the game with the puck. So we want to play up-tempo, we want to play skilled, we want to be an attacking team. So we're catching up to some teams in the division or in the league.
2 of his previous coaching stops were at the college level, so Davis knows that helping players understand what it takes to get to the next level is an important aspect of his job.
I think if you're not teaching it at any level, unless you're talking about being with the very best players in the world, you're either teaching either mindset, or you're teaching tactics, or you're working on skills. So no question, that's my background, and hopefully I'm able to impact our team in that way.
But it hasn't taken Davis long in his time as an ECHL head coach to appreciate the quality of play in the league.
There's a lot of really good talent. There's a lot of really good coaches. It really should be, and certainly from the Penguin standpoint, the development model is part of the development model, because just the style of hockey, the level of play, the competitiveness, it's outstanding, and in terms of guys leaving here and being able to go right to the American League and play and make an impact, I think, in the short time I've been here, I've seen so many players that have impressed me with their skill level, with their hockey sense, with their speed. So it's everything I thought it was.
An ECHL alumnus sets an NHL team record. The details when ECHL Week continues.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
Hi, I'm Greg Wolf of the Toledo Walleye, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Time for our weekly look at news from all around the ECHL. Idaho and Rapid City set an ECHL season high for penalty minutes during last Saturday night's game in South Dakota. After the Steelheads blasted the home team 9-1 the night before, the Rush weren't in a very good mood to start. But once the third period rolled around in Game 2 of the weekend series and Idaho took a 3-goal lead, plenty of misbehavior ensued. The 212 penalty minutes assessed during the game was nearly double the number of any other game this season. And as a result of their actions during the contest, the following suspensions were meted out. Idaho's Mitch Moraz got 5 games for the multiple game misconducts he received. Rapid City's Garrett Klotz was banned for 4 games as a result of his third aggressor game misconduct penalty of the season and for his game misconduct aggressor in the final 5 minutes of the game. The Rush's Cedric Montmagny got the most severe penalty, an 8-game suspension, as he was given a match penalty for fighting in the third period. All 3 of the suspended players were also fined. Idaho won the game 6-1. The number of ECHL alumni who have made it to the NHL keeps increasing, and one player who made his Major League debut last month has put his name in his team's record book. Former Adirondack Thunder goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood appeared in his first game for New Jersey on December 18th. He got into 5 more games in December and earned a 3-1 record, a 1.25 goals against average, and a save percentage of .963. In addition, he became the first rookie in Devils history to earn back-to-back shutouts. Blackwood, a second-round draft choice of New Jersey in 2015, played in 5 regular season games and 5 more in the Kelly Cup playoffs last season for Adirondack. 2 Central Division teams are featured on our highlight game. That's straight ahead on ECHL Week.
The ECHL season is here, and ECHL TV is your ticket to all the action. With streaming to your PC, phone, tablet, Apple TV, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV, you'll never miss a moment of the action. Plus, you can watch up to 4 games at once on PC with Quad View. Watch live or on demand with both home and away commentary. Single game and season passes are available. Visit ECHL.tv to subscribe.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'm Riley Armstrong of the Maine Mariners, and you're watching ECHL Week.
It's highlight game of the week time. This time, a couple of Western Conference teams.
Looking for Saar right up front. Pope, Spezia, right in front. Schmidt shot, he scores! Connor Schmidt right in front. His second game as a member of the Walleye, puts it low blocker. Rims back, Murphy looking for it, lets it roll to Bushy, left point. Dumps behind the cage, big centers in front, Murphy shot, he scores! Corner, Sarr jostling with Tebow. Puck works up, Jacobs body positioning to have it momentarily, but then it comes right ahead. Levens into the zone, 3-on-1, feeds back, shot save, Hildebrand, second attempt, sprawling across Hildebrand, and then they score. As a 3-on-1 coming back, it was Mikulovic actually making the first save. Played ahead, Bushy, left side into the offensive end, drop pass, Collins, shot, he scores! Chris Collins snipes it low blocker. Works back, Hamilton, right corner. Register, plays around. Left side, they go backdoor. Bershback shot, he scores. Shane Bershback, the 5-on-3 power play goal. Puck movement back and forth. And what a start to this one. 5 goals here in the first period. Topping into the zone, left wing, drop pass for the trailer. Bumped off the puck momentarily was Levens. He'll feed it back, shot, they score. Intercepted, Wolf back the other way, steps in, shot that right in, and they score. Give it to Greg Wolf, his 10th goal of the season. As the shot was there, it was in Hildebrand's pads. That's going to put the Walleye up 5-3 with 8:13 to go in period number 3.
That wraps up another ECHL Week program, this time from Glens Falls, New York. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on all our social media channels. It would mean a lot if you follow us and like us. Thanks a lot. See you next time.